Worryingly so, sir. Brigadier Vijay Sagar, a few of our soldiers are still missing.
हमारी आर्मी एक प्रोफेशनल आर्मी है।
पर इंडिया के साथ जो लाइन ऑफ एक्चुअल कंट्रोल है वो जानबूझकर नहीं समझाना चाहता।
आप जो सरकार को जिस तरह से घेरना चाहते हैं घेरिए, और इसके खत्म होने के बाद
टेररिज्म, क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म, ये सब नहीं चलने वाला।
अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मुद्दों पर आपकी पकड़ भी हो कुछ ऐसी जो करे आपको और लोगों से अलग। तो ब्रिगेडियर डॉक्टर विजय सागर धीमान को YouTube, Facebook, Twitter पर फॉलो करना ना भूलें।
Hi friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Brigadier guides you on the portals of VR1. Well, last time we talked about Gilgit-Baltistan, and we said that Gilgit-Baltistan is a very, very naive region which is being exploited by the powers in the world. It has literally been some kind of a pawn on a chessboard where the major powers in the world, including India, Pakistan and China, are playing chess without bothering about the condition of the people in this particular region. But now a debate has started in India that is Gilgit-Baltistan part of erstwhile Jammu and Kashmir and consequently part of India or not. Well, today we will examine few of the facts to ascertain as to Gilgit-Baltistan, whether it belongs to Pakistan or it belongs to India by way of accession of Jammu and Kashmir in 1947. Well, Gilgit-Baltistan is an integral part of India. There should be no doubts in the mind, and we'll just see how. Well, viewers, Gilgit-Baltistan became integral part of erstwhile state of J&K under Maharaja Gulab Singh around 1846. On 26 October 1947, after J&K state acceded to the Union of India, it automatically became part of India. However, the Pakistan tried capturing the state of J&K with its military under the guise of tribesman rebellion by way of Operation Gulmarg. Indian army landed in time to evict the aggressors, and they had succeeded in throwing them back. But before it was completed, the Prime Minister Nehru went to UNO and the ceasefire was declared. Thus, the substantial area of J&K state remained under the control of Pakistan Army, including the districts of Gilgit-Baltistan. Post deoperationalization of Article 370 and the standoff in eastern Ladakh, the declarations which are being said in India, that is reuniting the areas of POJK and Gilgit-Baltistan of India, done by Prime Minister Modi, the Home Minister, Raksha Mantri, External Affairs Ministers and others, are giving sleepless nights to our Lutyens gang in India and the elite leftists in India, of course all these abetted and funded by China and Pakistan. The narrative being purported by them is that Gilgit-Baltistan is not part of erstwhile state of J&K and India has no local stand-eye on Gilgit-Baltistan. Now we will try to sort of see certain facts and try to ascertain whether these declarations are right or not. V.P. Menon in his book mentions that in 1947, J&K state comprised of Jammu, Kashmir Valley, Ladakh and Gilgit-Wazarat, that includes Baltistan. However, the arguments given by these people that no discourse by any individual or government agency had ever mentioned Gilgit-Baltistan in any negotiations between India-Pakistan dispute does not hold water. The argument appears absurd because POJK, that is Pak-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, mentioned in all the narratives in India or on international stage including UN, automatically means the inclusion of the said territory. Indian army had the plans to recapture these lost areas, but it was halted by a ceasefire in 1948, along with the line Chikoti, Tithwal, Kale and on to Zojila. These areas are not household names in India, as major roads leading to this region emanated from Pakistani side, and very few underdeveloped tracts were from Indian side, and hence they are not in any discourse that way. Thus, the public attention was always scant. And now the issue has snowballed due to the announcement of elections on 15th November by Imran government in Pakistan. That is how they know about these areas now. But the question is, does the territory of Gilgit-Baltistan belong to India? Consequently, does Pakistan has the right to cede Raksham and the Shaksgam Valley, that is Trans-Karakoram tract, to China to construct highway to connect Tibet and Xinjiang? In way back in 1963. Does India has a right to question China's occupation of areas of Gilgit-Baltistan in the garb of China-Pakistan Economic Corridor project? Or even construction of Demer Basha dams? Or mining of the rich minerals and other important natural resources by depriving the locals of all the benefits from these? The issue of British conspiracy in this whole thing will be examined in detail with a detailed historical perspective. But at the moment, I would tell you that the British conspiracy adequately gets exposed when Narinder Singh Sarila, an aide to Lord Mountbatten, in his book clearly observes that Lord Mountbatten had convinced Nehru to accept partition of J&K state with areas of Gilgit-Baltistan along with Punch, Muzaffarabad and Mirpur as part of Pakistan. Nehru had written this to VP Menon, who at that time was High Commissioner in UK. Sarila also observes that Lord Mountbatten had suggested to VP Menon and Sir Gopalaswamy Iyengar, who at that time was a minister without portfolio in the government of India, to prepare a partition plan in this manner. Well, to any sane-minded person, this clearly indicates that Gilgit-Baltistan was a definite part of J&K state. And inclusion of these areas in Pakistan was well thought out and very carefully planned conspiracy by the British. This was very, very carefully executed by Major William Alexander Brown, MBE, as the acting commandant of Gilgit Scouts posted in Gilgit. Well, Pakistan also was generous enough to confer him with the third highest award of Pakistan, that is Sitara-e-Imtiyaz. Operation Data Khel, like Operation Gulmarg in the valley, was his brainchild on behest of the British government, which involved arousing of the communal sentiments amongst the locals, abetting the Muslim soldiers of Gilgit Scouts and Jammu and Kashmir infantry to kill the Hindu soldiers who till today were their thick brethren in arms and were enjoying the festivities of Dussehra. Then it also involved imprisoning Brigadier Ghansara Singh, the governor appointed by Maharaja Hari Singh, and capture this Gilgit Wazarat and hand over the reins to Pakistan. British had anticipated the geopolitical and the geostrategic potential of this area in relation to their fight against Russians. But why did British do this? What was the British compulsion? Well, they had anticipated the geopolitical and geostrategic potential of this area in relation to their fight against Russians. And hence, they needed the control of this region in contingency of a war. This was not possible if this region remained with India. The reason was the Indian leadership under Prime Minister Nehru was more amenable to the ideas of peace, non-alignment, etc., and would not partner British in case of a war. However, Pakistani leadership, on the other hand, under Muhammad Ali Jinnah, was ready to do anything that British wanted in return for a Muslim homeland called Pakistan. This was also the reason that Lord Mountbatten did not allow Indian Army to proceed beyond the present line of control in the areas of Chhamp, Rajouri and Punch. Had Indian Army not stopped here, the loot, rape and the genocide of more than 60,000 hapless Hindus could have been averted. Had the Indian Army gone ahead and captured Kotli, Mirpur and beyond, which was well within their range and the means, the present GHQ, the General Headquarters of Pakistani Army at Rawalpindi, would have been threatened. And the very idea of Pakistan would have been booted out. Thus, the British conspiracy was at work in line with their strategic thinking of the British Empire. They wanted to have the control of this to fight a Second World War. And for that, they went on to do lot of conspiracies, lot of efforts went in to convince the Maharaja of Jammu and Kashmir, but to no avail. Now in the next episode, we will see what all they did with the Maharaja till 1947. And thereafter, in the next episode, we will also see how the Operation Datta Khel was executed by Major William Alexander Brown, MBE, and how it was given on a platter to Pakistan. in return for favors what British wanted from them. So till then, wait for the next episodes. So goodbye and Jai Hind and Jai Bharat.
Worryingly so, sir. Brigadier Vijay Sagar, a few of our soldiers are still missing.
हमारी आर्मी एक प्रोफेशनल आर्मी है।
पर इंडिया के साथ जो लाइन ऑफ एक्चुअल कंट्रोल है वो जानबूझ कर नहीं समझाना चाहता।
आप जो सरकार को जिस तरह से घेरना चाहते हैं घेरिए, मगर इसके खत्म होने के बाद
टेररिज्म, क्रॉस बॉर्डर टेररिज्म, ये सब नहीं चलने वाला।
अंतर्राष्ट्रीय मुद्दों पर आपकी पकड़ भी हो कुछ ऐसी, जो करे आपको और लोगों से अलग। तो ब्रिगेडियर डॉक्टर विजय सागर धीमान को YouTube, Facebook, Twitter पर फॉलो करना ना भूलें।